Hello children. Last class in crop production and management we saw the various agricultural practices and we among the agricultural practices we saw about preparation of soil and sowing, and today we'll see about adding manure and fertilizers and about irrigation, the different methods of irrigation. Then we'll start now. Okay, today we'll see, this is one of the agricultural practices. This is adding manure and fertilizers. I think you will be familiar with both manure and fertilizers. Anyway, we'll see what is that. The substances which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for the growth of the plants, healthy growth of the plants, they will add to the soil for the healthy growth of the plants. They are called as manure and fertilizers. Soil supplies mineral nutrients to the crop, and these nutrients are essential for the growth of the plants. What happens? Certain areas the farmers grow crop after crop in the same field. I said no, farmers are adding nutrients to the soil. These are the manure. It can be in the form of manure and fertilizer. This is how the farmers are adding, and this is also a manure for the effective growth of the plants. And this I will tell you later on. This are all manure. And I said in some areas farmers grow crop after crop in the same field, and the field is never left uncultivated. What happens? Continuous growing of the crops makes the soil very poorer in certain nutrients. Therefore, farmers have to add manure to the fields, okay, to replenish the soil with nutrients, to fill the soil with nutrients. The soil will lack, okay, if continuously they keep on growing. So to replenish the soil with nutrients, they have to add manure. This is called manure, and proper manuring is essential for the effective growth of the plant. And this manure is an organic substance. It's a natural thing obtained, you know very well, it's obtained by the decomposition of soil microorganisms. Okay, that is what we saw in the next picture. This is how this is a composite. Actually, farmers dump the plant and animal waste in pits, and it can be done like this in plastic containers also. At this is pit. Previously, we saw that is in plastic containers. They are dumping the animal and the plant waste in pits at open places, and they allow it to decompose. Decomposition takes place slowly by microorganisms, and the decomposed matter is used as an organic. This only after 1 week of time it becomes organic manure, which is very good for the growth of the plants. And compositing, same way, compositing if it is done by using worms, it is known as, this is vermicomposting. It is done by earthworms. Same natural, same method only, but they use worms in compositing. That is what worm using of earthworms, vermicompost. This is also a very effective organic manure which will enrich the soil with nutrients. This is what the compost it is done by soil microorganisms, or sometimes if it's vermicompost done by earthworms. That is also a soil worms. Okay, nematodes, soil nematodes, compost. Okay, so there is one activity that is given in your textbook. Actually, you can take 3 plastic containers, and you can add, you just label it as A, B, C, and you can add in one ordinary soil, and the next A, B, C, you can see plastic containers, anything, ordinary soil, and the next one with organic manure, and C with urea. It is a chemical fertilizer. After some time, sow the seeds, or any, you can plant a new young plant, layering like that you can keep. After 1 week of time, you can see the growth, in which it will be more in B and C, in which you have added to the soil organic manure and fertilizer. The growth will be very good than the plain soil. So nutrients or added, manure and fertilizers are added for the growth of the plants. Okay, so this is what that activity when you can try at home. And then we'll see about fertilizers. Okay, fertilizers are chemical substances, man-made, which are rich in a particular nutrient. They are they will not be having all the nutrients, a particular nutrient, and they're different from manure. Okay, and they are produced in factories. Examples for fertilizers, so many examples is NPK. This is a very famous fertilizer. NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus and potash. NPK, and you have urea, it's a fertilizer, ammonium sulfate and other things are there. And this is water, a picture of a fertilizer. This is also used for the growth of the plant, and use of fertilizers help the farmers to get better yield of the crops such as wheat, paddy and maize. But this you can see normally in a garden also you can use fertilizers for the effective growth of the plants. How they are adding the fertilizer, here also they can add fertilizer for the growth of the plants. Growth will be good. But what happens? Excessive growth of the, excessive use of the fertilizers has made the soil become less fertile. The soil loses its fertility. And one more point, if they use excess fertilizer, the excess chemical will be going and joining the river or lake, and they pollute. So water pollution takes place. So in order to maintain the fertility of the soil, we have to substitute fertilizer by organic manure. Okay, so manures are equal proportionate of fertilizer and manure can be used for the growth of the plants, not too much of excessive use of fertilizer. The use of manure improves soil texture, that is the composition of the soil, nice texture, as well as water retaining capacity. Water retaining capacity will be good if you use manure. It replenishes the soil with all the nutrients. It fills the soil, fills the soil with all the nutrients. Another method of replenishing the soil with nutrients is by crop rotation. This is very important. Crop rotation. You can see a picture of this crop rotation. This is first of all I'll give the explanation. Then we'll see this picture. Crop rotation. This is done by different crops growing in different seasons. Farmers in North India used to grow legumes as fodder. Actually, the legumes we take it the lentils. The remaining thing can be used as a fodder, food for the cattle in one season, and wheat in the next season. The same thing, crop rotation. Here you can see this side beetroot, carrot, other side potato, tomato, legumes. I said legumes, peas, broad beans, all kinds of beans, and brassicas, cabbage, cauliflower and all. This one season you can replace it. One season if you're going to grow beetroot, carrot, next season potato, tomato, and then again legumes. Then you can again come back to paddy or wheat, again cabbage or cauliflower. This will the soil will not lose its nutrients. Okay, so the soil will be rich in nutrients. If you grow legumes in one season, the next time if you grow paddy and maize, the soil will be very rich in nitrogen. This I'll tell you how. Okay, that is what legumes, and the North Indian farmers follow this, and wheat in the next season. And this soil will be very rich in nutrients. And farmers are being encouraged to adopt this method practice. And you can see why this legumes means they fix atmospheric nitrogen. This leguminous plants, and this is crop rotation. This is also crop rotation. I showed no picture. Okay, one side one kind of vegetable, this side another kind of vegetable. So the soil will not lose the nutrients. Okay, and this is what the leguminous plants are. This plants, what happens? It has got an association with the bacteria Rhizobium. And the roots, you can see the roots of this plant, nodules. You can see in this nodule you have it fixes in the nodules atmospheric nitrogen. The bacteria Rhizobium fixes atmospheric nitrogen in the nodules. In the nodules you will be able to see nitrogen in the form of nitrates, which will be taken by the roots and this nitrates will go to the when you water the plants, the soil will be rich in this nitrates, will be taken by the roots of the leguminous plants. So this plants, if you grow, the next season the soil will be rich in this nitrogen. So these are the root nodules. This nodules, the rhizobium bacteria fixes atmospheric nitrogen nodules of all leguminous plants. Okay, this fixed atmospheric nitrogen and the soil will be rich in nitrogen. Advantages of manure. We'll see the advantages of manure. Manure versus fertilizer. I told you the fertilizer, they are chemical, they are man-made, they are natural. And you have more advantages in manure only. What are the advantages? It is organic manure is better than fertilizers. Always it is better than fertilizer. This is because organic manure enhances the water holding capacity. It will be good. The water holding capacity of the soil will be good. And then the next one, it makes the soil porous, due to which exchange of gases becomes easy. The soil soil grains will have air spaces, so the gases becomes, so the roots to penetrate deep into soil and the roots will get enough oxygen. It is good and increase the friendly microorganisms. I already said soil microorganisms and even soil nematodes, worms. It improves the texture of the soil. These are the things that is advantages of manure. And in your book it is given about a tabular column, the differences between this is also very important, why we prefer always manure than the fertilizer. A fertilizer is an inorganic, man-made, so a fertilizer prepared in factory and does not provide humus. They are very rich in plant nutrients, particular nutrient like nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, like that. The manure is a natural substances, you know very well, is obtained by the decomposition of human and plant waste. It can be prepared in the fields, as I showed you how they will compositing. That is what and it provides a lot of humus to the soil, and it's relatively rich in plant, less rich in plant nutrients. These are differences between fertilizer and manure. Now we'll see about irrigation. Okay, irrigation. You know about irrigation. See, all living organisms, they need water. Even human beings, all animals, we need water for our growth, for our metabolic activity. In the same way, the plants also, they need water. Okay, water, they need, why they need water? Through the water only they absorb minerals and fertilizers from the soil. It will be absorbed by the plant roots and it will be taken to all the parts of the plant parts. And you know very well, water is essential for the germination of seeds. And germination does not take place in dry condition. Okay, and so water is essential for the germination, and water also protect the crop from frost and hot air, and to maintain the moisture content of the soil and for the healthy growth of the plants, the field should be watered regularly. So the supply of water at different intervals, at regular intervals, is called irrigation, and it varies from crop to crop, and soil to soil, and season to season. And in summer, the frequency of watering is high. Naturally, it will be high. This is because of the increase in the rate of evaporation. The soil becomes dry, so it has to be frequently watered. And some of the sources, irrigation, you need sources of irrigation. The sources of irrigation are this one, wells. From the wells it can be taken, from the tube wells it can be taken, from the ponds, lakes, river, dams, and it's a pond and canal, like this. This is what the source of water from all these methods. And in your book it is given about a traditional method. We'll see first traditional method and then we'll see the modern method. Traditional method, that is water available in, I showed you the thing now just now, wells and all, water available in canals, all these lakes, canals and all is lifted up by different methods in different regions, and cattle or human labor is used in this very cheap but very less efficient. What are the various ways is given in your book? Moat, all pulley system, chain pump, and then see the pictures how that then show chain pump it's given, and Dekli and Rahat, all these liver system. You can see the pictures. Pumps are commonly used for lifting water, and diesel, biogas, electricity, and solar energy. Sometimes it's used to run these pumps. Here you can see a bull. The help of the levers, their pipeline. So this is manually how they are taking the water. All these are the traditional method in which the fields are watered. Okay, all these methods, pumps are used. And the modern method is very, you can say water, sprinkler system. And sprinkler system, here you can see the picture here. You can see the perpendicular pipes. These are the perpendicular pipes. These are the perpendicular pipes having a rotating nozzle. These perpendicular pipes are connected to the main pipeline system, and when water passes through the main pipeline system with the help of a pump, what happens? It escapes, goes to the perpendicular, it escapes from the rotating nozzle. The water escapes from the rotating nozzle. It gets sprinkled, okay, on the crop as it is raining. This can save water. So here and all water goes, you have a nozzle, so it will be sprinkled, okay, and each and every crop will be getting the water that gets sprinkled. This is a sprinkler system. One more picture I will show. You can see in the gardens, big gardens and all, they use the sprinkler system, and this is water. It saves water to all. Very little amount of water, it will be scattered throughout lawns and all. They can have the same thing, nozzle here, rotating nozzle. It will be sprinkling water. Okay, then you can see the drip book. This is a picture of that. I'll show you. Later on I'll show. First we'll see the book thing. Drip system. This is what the drip system. Here you can see the long pipeline. See this drip system. The water falls drop by drop just at the position of the root. Okay, so this is the best technique for watering of fruit plant, gardens and trees. This system provides water to plants drop by drop and saves water. Okay, and it's very effective in regions where availability of water is very poor. This is the main pipeline, and here and all you have a box like thing having an outlet, and from the all these pipelines are there. Main supply, the water comes here and comes to this like box like thing. Outlet will be there, and it will be just providing water, okay, drop by drop near the roads, where it's very expensive. This method is very expensive and very effective. One more diagram I will show. This is what the long pipelines you can see here. It will be having a nozzle, okay, near the root, and when the water comes, it will be automatic outlet opening will be there, which will water goes, that opening automatically the water flows only near the tip of the root. Okay, that to drop by drop, just that is what the dripping system, very expensive and very effective. Okay, that's all for today. And next class we'll see about the other agricultural practices. Okay, that is protecting from weeds and harvesting. Thank you, children.